Hey, it's Dean. I'm your multi-genre music man, and this is my daily dose of Buddy Brown. And this is called If the Devil Was a Politician by Buddy Brown. So let's see what he's got to say today.
If the devil was a politician, first he'd need to change things. Mayors would have the power of governors, governors would have the power of a president, president would have the power of a king. You wouldn't be allowed to question anything he does. He'd set up powerful media that shames anyone who doesn't go along, and they'd be an outcast from their own country, then their own state, then their own city, all the way down to their small town. If the devil was a politician, he'd go into office with a pretty small net worth. But then he'd take bribes and he'd get rich, all while holding an office paid for by honest American workers. If the devil was a politician, he'd make the Constitution seem old and boring to young people. He'd convince them that the document is way out of date. And then he would appoint doctors and board members from elite panels and say, these people are where you get your human rights from now. If the devil was a politician, he'd need to dumb down the schools. Instead of learning multiplication and division, the children would now be indoctrinated by critical race theory and become social justice warriors who burn down cities and steal but cannot even do simple math or even read. He'd make discipline seem evil. It'd become a crime to spank your children even when they're belligerent. The kids would now grow up to have respect for no man, woman, or institution in the entire world, and nothing would be sacred. He'd make vulgarity seem pretty cool and call it things like love and empowerment so nobody would dare argue with those words. He'd legalize every single hard drug known to man. Prostitution would be in the streets and there'd be no protection left for the innocent. His power would increase so much because everybody would be isolated and couldn't go outside, and he would thrive on fear and anxiety and punish you for not being afraid. If the devil was a politician, he would defund the police in every single county across America. Gangs and outlaws would rule things now, and we would be told to have compassion for the evil that they commit. He'd have everyone so scared to offend one another that different races couldn't even speak to each other anymore. Nobody would trust anybody, making it easy for them not to trust God, their friends, or even their own family members. If the devil was a politician, he'd raise taxes so high that American families would need 2 incomes just to scrape by. This would make sure that there's little to no interaction in the home, and the kids would be raised by the TV. Son would turn on father, daughter would turn on mother, wife on husband, husband on wife, community against community, until the only thing that reigned freely would be fear from coast to coast. At that point, the devil would tell his subjects, we're in a huge crisis here, and the only one who can get you out of this disaster is me. Most people would believe him, and those who didn't would be too afraid to disagree out loud. Well, fellow patriots, I've got news for you. The devil is a politician. He's already done these things, and the biggest lie he ever told was, I'm not real. I'm not even here. There's going to be a time when good is outnumbered by evil. So make sure when that time comes, you're standing on the right side, no matter what the numbers are. Because if God is for us, who could be against us?
Yep. And there's your daily dose of Buddy Brown. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like, share on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be notified of other things I do and when I go live. Also, if you want to leave a comment in the comments, you go ahead and do so. If you have an idea of a song, you can leave a comment there as well. Thanks. This is Dean saying, have a nice day.